The sunny Hostin moment unfolded like a sudden airstrike. 1 minute, she sat poised on the view, tea in hand, speaking with unshakable confidence. The next, a fierce 1-2 punch from Maher and Megyn Kelly sent her off balance. Her talking points unraveled mid-sentence, as if the ground vanished beneath her. The change was instant and jarring. She blinked, visibly searching for footing, like a signal dropping at the worst possible time. Maher didn't let up, pushing forward and turning the exchange into a chaotic, reality show-style showdown that left the studio buzzing. Hit like, smash subscribe, and buckle up. Maher and Megyn Kelly, both known for their blunt, no permission needed commentary, finally appeared to reach their breaking point with sunny host's habit of commandeering the panel. Maher came loaded with his signature dry sarcasm, each line landing like a slow burn that steadily flared into open flame. Kelly followed with calm, razor-sharp analysis, slicing through arguments with surgical precision. Together, they turned sunny usual confidence into something noticeably unstable, like a wobbly IKEA stool sliding across polished tile. What unfolded barely qualified as a debate. It felt more like an intellectual demolition derby, with logic-powered bulldozers crushing every fragile argument in their path. Let's talk about sunny Hostin's signature move, lifting her law degree like a glowing badge of unquestionable authority, as if its mere presence should end the discussion on the spot. Her credentials seemed to hover around her: former federal prosecutor, legal analyst, perpetual commentator, and self-appointed expert on whatever topic lands before her. The pattern is familiar. When a sentence begins with "as a lawyer," you can almost predict what comes next: a missed point, added pressure, or a detour into unnecessary territory. Somehow, Sunny often manages to hit all three at once. Listening can feel like watching a dramatic courtroom performance brimming with confidence, yet oddly light on solid footing, even as the argument starts to crumble beneath her. What truly astonishing is Sunny Hostin's knack for twisting virtually any topic, whether it a harmless TikTok trend or a debate over the proper temperature, for storing mayonnaise into a sweeping lecture on racial injustice, delivered with full theatrical flair. She could watch a puppy get rescued from a puddle and somehow turn it into a solemn monologue about hidden societal oppression, convinced she uncovering a massive conspiracy hiding in plain sight. It like watching a human embodiment of a chaotic social media feed, loud, dramatic, and relentlessly confident, while completely missing the point. Even Whoopi appeared to struggle to keep her patience as the spiraling spectacle unfolded right beside her at the panel. Sunny Hostin didn't just get challenged, she was steamrolled in a full-scale philosophical demolition derby, left clinging to her signature expression of moral disappointment. Having strong opinions is one thing, but turning every conversation into a sermon delivered from the peak of Mount Condescension has become her default role on the panel. She doesn't join discussions, she stages courtroom dramas, casting herself as star witness, jury, and applause sign all at once, pausing as if validation is owed after every sentence. Bill Maher and Megyn Kelly ignored the script entirely, arriving with sharp reasoning, quick wit, and actual substance that flipped the dynamic on contact. Cornered by facts, Sunny doubled down, cranking up the emotional intensity, as if sheer volume could magically transform weak arguments into convincing ones. Bill, seasoned and unshakable, watched the chaos unfold with the calm patience of a professor grading yet another overconfident freshman essay titled Why I'm Always Right. He barely needed to interrupt as Sunny Hostin monologue buckled under its own overstretched weight. With every dramatic pause, she sank deeper into a tangle of buzzwords, predictable outrage, and layers of self-importance so dense they seemed to fog the studio like steam on glass. Then Megyn Kelly stepped in quiet, razor-focused, almost surgical, cutting cleanly through the noise without raising her voice or chasing applause. Piece by piece, she dismantled Sunny manufactured authority, leaving behind nothing but the fading echo of recycled indignation for everyone to see. Sunny Hostin's entire style depends on one fragile condition: never being directly challenged. She thrives in long, uninterrupted monologues where every word can be dramatized, exaggerated, and molded to fit her personal script. The moment someone like Megyn Kelly gently punctures that inflated sense of authority, it collapses with startling speed. What followed wasn't a minor stumble, it was a full ideological faceplant, leaving Sunny scrambling to regain footing and control. When a persona is built on shaky scaffolding made of sweeping moral declarations, even mild disagreement can feel like an earthquake. This time, her house of cards didn't just wobble, it imploded spectacularly, sending a shockwave of awkward tension rippling through the entire studio. Megyn Kelly's mere presence seems to set off Sunny Hostin like an alarm blaring in a silent room, no effort required. Sunny's voice jumps an octave the moment Megyn enters the conversation. Megyn wields a rare and unsettling skill on the view, clear speech grounded in facts, organized reasoning, and real sources treated like forbidden magic in a space accustomed to theatrics. She lays out timelines, cites data, and explains research without dramatic spirals or oversized gestures, a calm competence that feels almost threatening to the table's emotional ecosystem. Meanwhile, Sunny clutches at imagined crises while Megyn methodically dismantles them with sharp, composed precision, leaving a ripple of unease across the entire panel. Sunny Hostin enters every debate armed with emotional smoke bombs, dramatic outbursts, and sweeping hand gestures that resemble an interpretive dance meant to symbolize injustice. Megyn Kelly responds with calm, precise reasoning that cuts through the chaos like a guided missile. It's the intellectual equivalent of bringing a coloring book to a chess match then acting shocked when the opponent plays with real strategy. Sunny thoughts appeared to glitch in real time whenever Megyn cited facts, logic, or basic history, as if her entire system froze under the pressure of reality. Retreating into a fortress of indignation, she argued as though 2 plus 2 somehow equaled systemic injustice, only to look genuinely baffled when Megyn metaphorically pulled out a calculator to prove otherwise. With each passing second, Sunny confusion intensified. Sarcasm felt hostile. Humor registered as an attack. Even ordinary reactions were treated like betrayal, escalating every exchange into something increasingly dramatic, bewildering, and impossible to ignore. It's 2025, and somehow Sunny Hostin still hasn't grasped the simplest truth: comedians exist to make fun of everyone, that the literal foundation of the craft. Expecting Bill Maher not to joke about public figures is like walking into a bakery and acting offended that bread exists, as if it a personal attack rather than the product on display. Yet, every time Maher delivers even the mildest jab, Sunny reacts as though someone just read her entire childhood diary aloud, doodles, forgotten poems about justice, and all. Pearls are clutched, gasps are issued, and how dare he is deployed as if outrage alone qualifies as a counterargument in a comedy segment built on uncomfortable truths. The chaos peaked when she attempted to out-intellectualize both Maher and Megyn Kelly, hurling historical references with the aimlessness of a toddler flinging spaghetti at a wall. Half-formed legal terms flew like unpinned grenades, landing as pure noise and leaving even an imaginary courtroom stenographer tempted to type gibberish out of sheer exhaustion. Bill Maher remained as calm as a frozen lake, sealed beneath layers of unbreakable ice. He leaned back, letting Sunny Hostin dramatic outbursts bounce off him like foam darts hitting a reinforced brick wall, no impact at all. This wasn't his first ideological battlefield. He weathered heated debates since the dial-up era, and his seasoned composure showed in every subtle expression as the chaos unfolded. You could almost see decades of media wisdom rolling there, eyes each time Sunny tried to pin him to a symbolic cross of righteous outrage, convinced she was crafting a history-defining viral moment titled Woke Warrior Queen Strikes Again. Meanwhile, Maher appeared mentally checked out, drifting toward thoughts of his next glass of wine, quietly tuning out as Sunny barreled forward with a monologue fueled by determination, misplaced certainty, and self-importance so intense it seemed to vibrate through the studio like static electricity on the verge of a spark. Megyn Kelly never raised her voice, not once. Her calm, razor-focused responses systematically dismantled Sunny Hostin, turning the exchange into something that felt less like a debate and more like a controlled clearing of the air. With Megyn guiding every step with steady precision, Sunny acted as if reality itself were merely another opinion to be bent, clinging to the belief that her outrage was always justified and anyone who disagreed must automatically be wrong. She doesn't debate, she stages judgment ceremonies, playing judge, jury, and lead narrator, expecting applause between commercial breaks while leaning on selective statistics and emotional stories that twist the conversation into confusion rather than clarity. The moment another woman pushed back, especially Megyn, Sunny abandoned any pretense of unity and jumped straight into combat mode, treating disagreement as personal betrayal. Her breaking point came when losing the argument transformed into playing the moral victim, her usual escape hatch when logic fails, labeling others as dangerous to reclaim control through emotion rather than truth. Maher didn't buy it. Calmly, he highlighted the absurdity of the situation, leaving Sunny scrambling for dignity while viewers silently begged for clarity. In the end, it wasn't her voice that cracked, it was her worldview. Fully exposed, overwhelmed, and collapsing under the harsh spotlight of live television, her contradictions were laid bare for all to witness. Hit like, smash subscribe, and join the adventure.